Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and this is my top 20 for 2020 sequels. Wanted to give a big shout out to my buddy Joe the Horror Man for helping me create this. It's been a lot of fun, and thank you to everyone who's participated. Just keep in mind that this is just my opinion, and let's get started. Coming in at number 20 is Damian Omen 2. Now, this is my favorite of the series, always has been. I don't take anything away from the original Omen. It's definitely a classic, but I do find this one is better paced and a little bit more mean-spirited. And to me, it's just a better film. You get to see Damian come of age. Love this movie. And that's Damian Omen 2 coming in at number 20. Coming in at number 19, shouldn't be a big surprise to anyone who knows me, and that is Return of the Evil Dead. I absolutely love the Blind Dead quadrilogy. Can't wait for the new one to come out. Just can't wait. Now, this one takes place directly after the events of the first one on the train, and it's just a fantastic film. I love this movie. And that's Return of the Evil Dead at number 19. Coming in at number 18 is Malevolence 3, Killer. Now, I do love Part 2. Part 2 is more of a prequel, and it's, in my opinion, better casted and better acted. I think they had a little bit more money to produce it. But this one actually takes place directly after the events of the first movie, and it's almost seamless, even though it's been 14 years, I believe, since the original came out. Might have been 14 years, but it's just seamless with all the characters and everything, and it's an amazing film. It really is. I love this trilogy. If you're interested in hearing more about it, definitely check out my ranking of it. And that's Malevolence 3, Killer. Coming in at number 17 is a direct sequel to the original Leprechaun. Now, this is how you make horror movies. This is how you make slasher films. Practical effects in this movie are great, the kills are great, and while this didn't have Warwick Davis, I thought that the guy who was in this did a fantastic job. For some reason his name always escapes me, I can never remember it, but I just love this movie. It's a lot of fun, and it beats out all the other sequels in my opinion. That's Leprechaun Returns, number 17. Coming in at number 16 is The Exorcist III. Now, both of the cuts of this film would have made this list, but I do prefer Legion. I think it tells a better story, and it has more Brad Dourif. I've always liked Brad Dourif. And, it also doesn't come off as fantastical as the original Exorcist III, which I still love it. But I just prefer this cut of the film. Yeah. And that is Exorcist III coming in at number 16. All right, number 15 is Sleepaway Camp 2. This movie's fantastic. I thought Pamela Springsteen did an absolutely great job filling in parts 2 and 3. I actually like the quadrilogy. I know most people hate the fourth one, but I like that one too. This movie is just super fun. The kills are fun. If you're a slasher fan and you love slasher movies, there isn't a reason on earth not to like this film. Except for maybe if you didn't care for the replacement of the girl in the first one. But yeah, awesome film. Coming in at number 14 is a franchise that I just reviewed every movie with my friend Nick. And this has always been my favorite. Amityville 2, The Possession. Now, this is very much like a Italian ghost movie, because it is. It's an Italian film. And it's incredibly mean-spirited, and like I always say, if parts of this movie don't make you feel uncomfortable, I don't think you're a human being. So, yeah. Amityville 2 coming in at number 14. Coming in at number 13 is, may surprise some people, Revenge of the Creature. Now, this is my favorite Universal monster, and I love the second one. It's so much, to me, it's just better paced than the first Creature from the Black Lagoon, and the third one as well. And you get a virtually unknown, actually, he was unknown at the time, part with Clint Eastwood in it. It's a fantastic movie, and I love it. And I do believe that that's a majority of what The Shape of Water was created because of, is the second film. But yeah. Revenge of the Creature, coming in at number 13. Coming in at number 12 is Puppet Master 3. Now, this should have made a couple of my other lists, although I forgot to pull it. Yeah. But I didn't want to leave it off of this list because this is my favorite Full Moon Puppet Master movie. Even beats out the first. This movie is fantastic, and it mostly tells the story of my favorite puppet, which is Blade. Yeah. Puppet Master 3 is fantastic. And that's why it's number 12. Now, coming in at number 11 may surprise some people, but it's The Strangers Pray at Night. I love this movie. I had a kind of an off experience with it the second time I watched it, and I think maybe it was because I was either tired or in a bad mood. But every other time I've watched it, I have absolutely loved this film. I like it more and more, pretty much every time I watch it. I even think it beats out The Strangers. I know that's not a very popular opinion, but I just think it's a better film. More stylistic, definitely, and a better soundtrack, but yeah. The Strangers Pray at Night, coming in at number 11. Alright, we've cracked the top 10. And coming in at number 10 is Basket Case 2. Frank Henenlotter is one of my favorite directors. I love all three of these films, but this is actually my favorite of the three. It's still got the horror from the first one. Not quite as grimy as the first one, but it's so much fun. You get all the creatures in this film, all the freaks, and it's amazing. I love where they take the story. I think his imagination is incredible, which is why that makes him an incredible director. And that's Basket Case 2, coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is Army of Darkness. This is a movie I can watch anytime, anywhere, and I love it. When I was younger, I wasn't the biggest fan of Evil Dead 2. I've always stated that. It has grown on me, and I do love it now, but this movie is just so much fun, and I liked it from the very first time I saw it. I mean, what more can you say about Ash? Yeah. Army of Darkness, coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Now, besides the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this is my favorite movie of the franchise. When I was younger, I didn't like part 2 because I didn't like the comedy in it. It has grown on me. I do like it now. But to me, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, this is where it redeemed itself in my eyes. I think the characters are great. It's kind of odd. It's very, very mean-spirited. And it's got an awesome soundtrack. So, yeah. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is perhaps the best made sequel. And that is Psycho 2. While I love all the movies in this quadrilogy, I don't really count the remake, and this movie is complete crap. But Psycho 2 is incredibly made, and if I had to pick a best sequel, it would probably be that one, for the fact that it's acting and the storyline and the way it's made. But it's not my favorite, but I do love it. And that is Psycho 2. Coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Jaws 2. This movie's amazing. I love it. I like it as much as the original. Sometimes better, sometimes not as much. But this is the first movie I saw. The only con in this film is the teenagers acting. And you're pretty much going to get that with a lot of horror movies. But this is just an awesome sequel. It is so tense, so gripping at the end. It's awesome. It's a slasher movie with a shark. I mean, how can you get any better than that? And that's Jaws 2 coming in at number 6. All right, we have our top 5. And coming in at number 5, and this is going to take a little bit of an explanation, and that is Curse of Chucky. Now, when I put Child's Play 3 as my favorite sequel before, it was before I had done all this, and I actually watched this with Brad a month or so ago, before I redid my ranking, and this movie is just, it's awesome. This brought the Child's Play franchise back after the Seed of Chucky, which I still do find entertainment in, but it's not very good. And this is better than Bride. I do like Bride as well, but this is what it should be. This has the atmosphere, this has the acting, and this has Chucky being really nasty and mean-spirited like he's supposed to be. And that's Curse of Chucky at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Halloween 2. This takes place right after the first Halloween, and it's just amazing. While it does have some pacing issues, this is almost a perfect sequel. I love this one, and I wanted to show off this Blu-ray because it has Terror in the Aisles, the complete movie, as a special feature. I've always usually shown my Shout Factory one, but yeah, this one is amazing. Amazing. That's Halloween 2. Coming in at number 3 is my favorite zombie movie, which is Dawn of the Dead. This movie is amazing. It's my favorite of the Dead series, and while I do love the first three are, I mean, you just can't touch those from George A. Romero. They were amazing films. I do love Land of the Dead too, but this movie is just amazing, and it still holds up. And that's Dawn of the Dead coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is Subspecies 2, Bloodstone. This is one of my favorite series of all time, and the funniest part is my number 2 and my number 3 are probably some of my least favorite subgenres in horror, which is vampires and zombies. But when I find what I like, that's me all day. And Radu is my favorite vampire, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I can't wait for the 5th one. And that's Subspecies 2 coming in at number 2. And my favorite sequel of all time, anyone who knows me should know this, is Friday the 13th Part 2. Baghead Jason is just awesome for me. It has my favorite final girl of all time. It even beats out Jamie Lee Curtis. Ginny is amazing. This movie is so much fun. And there are a few holes that I've poked in it over the years as far as plot-wise. This movie is just, it's just great. Kills are awesome. It's got some of the best kills of all time. And it's my favorite Friday the 13th movie, without a doubt. Hope you guys enjoyed my list. Thank you again to everyone who's participated. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.